older sister and I have like 3 younger sisters, yeah, and I'm the only boy. Yeah.
Wait. You've got
And then-
three oldest.
One older sister.
One older sister.
One older brother from my mom's side.
Yeah.
And then I have 3 younger sisters from my dad's side.
You are right in the middle then.
I'm a middle child. Those who know me say I'm a last born. For my mom. Middle this side, but last born guy.
I would imagine back. I mean, we see you now as you seem like a very. I wouldn't say you look like a troublesome child, but easy. All right. Anyway, fine. I'm not gonna put that on him. But back in school, in your schooling years, now you're telling me that you obviously grew up with just your mom,
Yeah.
and you pretty much had to find your own way
Yeah.
through life and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What kind of kid were you in school? Were you always this bubbly, always this crazy, or is this now just a now thing happening?
I think that all started in high school.
Yeah.
So I started playing rugby. I was too skinny at that time.
Yeah.
So I was on the bench most of the games. But I just figured that if I played rugby, I don't need to be home. And if I play rugby, I get to see girls from other schools, which was like a win-win for me. So I used to go to other schools and just go shell at girls and know that I'll never see her again. Shell at kiss, go home. Knowing that I do the things that are interesting. But yeah, I've always been a troublesome kid because in everything that I did, I always found a smart way to do things.
Yeah.
So with everything that I did, I wound up a leader in high school. I became a prefect. Amazing,
Wow.
shocking. I was shocked
All right.
when they announced me. I was like, oh, is this going on? Okay. But I was very smart in high school, not in the books, but with everything else. On a couple of times, I was in the principal's office for the wrong reasons, but I came out without anything. They didn't kick me out. I was those ones that could speak themselves out of anything.
Wow. Okay. So having that kind of gift, that meant that you probably the bebebes were all over the place around you.
Not all over the boy.
Not all over you.
Yeah, the boy was all over the place, but not all over me. I was not a ladies' man. I just knew how to maneuver.
You played rugby.
Yes.
What other sports did you play?
For my school, I played rugby. I played cricket for 2 years. I played. I almost said netball. I wonder where that came from. I used to watch a lot of netball. That's where it came from.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I watched a lot of netball. So I played
Makes
rugby, I
sense.
played cricket,
Yeah.
and then I played soccer for,
Yeah.
like our team at the time, I went to war school.
Yeah.
So our war school was very adamant that we played rugby because they didn't want their African kids to leave rugby and go to soccer. So they wouldn't have soccer in the school. So what we'd do is we made our own team. And we'd practice there, and we'd have like a full pitch of people watching us play soccer.
Yeah.
Then we'd take that team on the weekends and go play Ekas for Iman. So we'd venture like with my tutlipa, play and win as a school side. So I played those 3 sports, and yeah, that was a very interesting
Would you
time.
say that's when your passion and your love for Itiski started? When you were actually playing it yourself, or did it start earlier because you were watching it and exposed to it somewhere, somehow?
So with soccer, the passion for soccer didn't start until late. Because I played soccer, when I quit rugby, I needed a sport. So I started playing soccer grade 11, grade 12. I went into my college years. And then there was a time when I was a dropout and I didn't have much going on.
Okay.
So the person I am, I founded a soccer team with like little kids that I got from my church, little 9-year-olds and 8-year-olds.
Nice.
And then that's why I learned, okay, now I have people that I'm responsible for. I need to learn more about the sport. Then I started to research the sport. Then I started to learn more about the sport. We started to go play tournaments. And then that team became into a first team. And then long story short, at the end, we won some money in Ramilodi playing a tournament after we got some sponsors in. But yeah, that's where the passion for the game started. That's where the analyzing and all that stuff for the game started, yeah.
Favorite and least favorite subject in school?
Yo, all of them.
Which one?
All of them.
All of them favorite or all of them? Which
There
one?
was a funny thing that happened to me in high school. So my maths teacher loved me to bits. But she could tell that maths was not my thing. So when it came to having to pick the subject, she was like, please take pure maths because I don't. And she used to call me this nickname that I don't want to say now on TV in case people pick this up. No, it's not the right one. It's not the right one. So I did have a little blonde thing in high school, and then that became my nickname for that one lady. So that nickname stuck with me throughout high school with her. But least favorite subject was physics. Physics showed me flames. Flames. Another one that was my least favorite, I would have to say, that was physics. Everything else.
What was your favorite? Was maths? Well, maths wasn't your favorite, but what was your favorite? Did you even have a favorite?
It was geography.
Geography. Why are you saying it like in such a, like you're embarrassed to say geography? Geography is a nice
Because I was
subject.
in the top 10 for geography one time.
Yeah, it's a
Then
good
the whole
subject.
class was like, Mo's on that list. Because I've always been a clown. They're like, how's Mo's on this list? Then the next time, everyone was on the top 10, so it looked like a clown list. Because all of us were there. All the troublemakers were on the list.
So you now passed, you've gone through primary, gone through high school, now you're getting to the tertiary phase. Now you have to make a decision. What do I want to do? What do I want to study? What decision was that? What did you make?
Like I said, my mom always let me do these things. So I last minute chose to be a lawyer. Like, it was on the day.
Like a whole lawyer.
A whole lawyer.
This was serious.
Let me first explain myself.
Okay.
First of all, it was about 2 o'clock
Yeah, yeah.
Registrations were closing at 4. My mom was like, if I'm not scared, you're not my child. I was like, I'll be back.
Okay.
I went to the school with her. They were like, the only thing we have available was law. I was like, I can talk myself out of things. Then I signed up for law. But the thing is, I discovered 2 things. I actually liked the law. I actually liked knowing the rules. And at the time, I was going through a phase where I was still like lashing out because for the first time in my life, I had freedom to be myself.
Okay.
So I was still heavily in the drinking, you know.
Yeah,
So I didn't, it didn't amount to much, but yeah. Then I dropped out. I did some very interesting things, and then I went to go do media. And then I studied media.
What are these interesting things? Because now we see you as Mo Sports and, you know, all the things that you're doing now, incredible things. But what were these interesting things before you landed in the media space?
I'll tell you the good ones. I was a youth pastor.
Okay.
A whole youth pastor I was.
If you
I
didn't
tell
know.
you not.
Yeah.
And then I also worked for a company called AC2C.
Okay.
So AC2C is basically another chance to change. So what we used to do is we used to go to these schools and we used to talk to kids that are afflicted by drugs. And you'd find like a kid who's like 14 years old and he's hooked on like tilk or he's hooked on weed and whatever it was. And at that time, I think it was God's way of saying, look, I'm going to put you in an environment because I can see you like weed. So I'm going to put you in an environment and just see how much people's lives are getting destroyed by this thing you love so much. And it was hard to tell someone it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right. And then go home and sleep in a lap of luxury. While you know that there's one kid who, till this day, his story touched me the most. I said to him, I'm like, let's pray because you're in a tough situation.
Yeah.
It's like you're telling me to pray. Both my parents are in rehab right now. I'm living in a children's home where I share a room with 20 other children. Yeah. When I see my parents, the police have to be present. And you just want me to talk to this God of yours. So that really changed how I saw the world. And it puts you in a place where you always have to be compassionate because somebody out there, while you're struggling to pay a bill, somebody's struggling to eat. While you're struggling to pay for a bill for your car, somebody else doesn't have a place to stay. So that for me was a turning point. Because after AC2C, I went to school, I studied, I started to discover myself for who I really was, and that's how I found the person I am today.
Interesting that you say that, you know, working with as a youth pastor, working with kids, and then all of a sudden you're trying to change people's lives, young people. Where did this passion to want to help people not really influence, but help people, especially young people? I see this is where the direction that you've been going. Yeah. Where did this passion for helping the youth and the young people come from? I
think the first important thing is the first youth I wanted to help was me. Because when you grow up in a place where you're forced to do most of the stuff yourself, you get to see that in life, a lot of people don't have a choice about where they are. It's what is the cards they've been dealt in life. And I remember there was a time when my dad, when he was trying to support me, he'd send me like $400 for the whole month. It's like 100 Rand a week. It was like 20 something. So when he sends this money in, I have to travel with this money from school to home. But hey, I'm a teen. I want to drink with the girls. I want to drink with the babies. So I'll drink the 400 Rand, and then I'd walk from Midrand to my house. So trust me, it gives you a lot of time to really think about life. When I walk between Midrand and Kempton Park, you have to walk through Tembisa. And you walk through shacks and you walk through all these kinds of things, and you see different lifestyles, and you see that once I've crossed this boundary, there's trees all of a sudden, there's birds chirping. But 2 seconds ago, there was a chicken running across the road, someone was burning chicken dust, you understand, somebody was pouring water on the streets, and you get to open up your eyes to see that the world is not a level playing field for everyone. If someone comes from that, they have a lot further to go to become what you're planning to be. So that's what literally, when I got into that point, I was like, I need to save me, and that's what drove me to want to save others.
Beautiful, man. We've got a whole WhatsApp over here. Big up to your mom. She raised a gentleman, Millennium from Steel.
Thank you so much.
We're getting to know Muhumutsi. If you wanted to ask a specific question, you've always wanted to ask more a question, here is your opportunity. Here's the platform, 0716214746. We are getting to know your favorite super host during this week, just a little bit better. Mo, you've played this game 5 seconds before.
Of course.
Quick question before we go to a break. Name 3 things you put on your arm. Go.
A watch, a tattoo, a sleeve.
Was that too easy? That was too easy, né?
You put a sleeve on a sleeve.
You can put a sleeve.
Whether you put it on top or you wear it.
Wear a sleeve. You know people do that tattoo sleeve thingy. They do that also.
Yeah, but is it a sleeve?
Have you seen have you seen what you're talking about, those sleeves that you wear that cover up when you're in shorts?
So it's a tattoo sleeve.
Yes.
It's not just a sleeve.
Tattoo sleeve.
Yes. You can get even clear ones where it's just a sleeve.
All right. Here's one more before we take a break. Name 3 things that make you happy. Go.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
What kind of answer is this one? Guys, we are still hanging out with Mukhumutsi, and after the break, we get to talk all things sports, SupaTV, and the first time he walked into his own studio, Mo's Sports Studio. What an incredible day that was. We'll talk all things sports and get to know him a bit better. So don't go anywhere. If you have any questions for him, 0716214746. Don't go anywhere.
You are watching Supa TV, OpenView, channel 150.
You're locked into Supa TV. Only on OpenView, channel 150.
Well, guys, welcome back. We're still hanging out with Mo. If you have ever wanted to ask Mo anything, not just sports related, but anything, this is the opportunity. 0716214746. He's dropped a couple of gems there. Maybe you didn't know that he was a youth pastor. Maybe you want to investigate further as to why. You know, send us a WhatsApp on 0716214746. Mo, talk to me about your first heartbreak.
My first heartbreak.
Your first heartbreak.
Oh,
Do you even remember it?
I do.
Yeah.
She's in England now. That's a funny
She's in
part.
England?
Yeah, she's living in England now.
Okay.
It's a very interesting one.
All right.
So my first proper high school girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. We broke up there by the library. I still this day I remember. Remember it was a sports day. Then I went home and I'll play music on my brother's computer.
Wait. Why did you guys break up?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I quite don't know.
It just ended.
I feel like if I do say it, people will be like, I'm always just blowing up his own horn. But this is what happened. Her
Tell us.
friends wanted the boy. They're like,
Oh,
Chomi's not good for you, lad. Chomi's not good. They're trying to pick up Chomi's trash. I saw that the maneuvers are like, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So you noticed the friends were they were trying
Yeah,
funny
'cause-
things and then you ended it.
No, she ended it with me.
Okay.
And then later on, she
Yeah.
came back and she's like, no, let's try this again. I was like, dude, you broke up with me.
Yeah,
Why'd you break
yeah,
up with me? She's
yeah.
like, I don't know. My friends were saying this and then. I'm like, the same friends that are being cozy with me right now. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, cool. You and your friends can go jump over a bridge. And then little did I know that she's gonna jump on a plane and go to England and never come back.
Wait a minute. Do you still think about it?
No. We talk
Are you
now.
over?
We talk now. She likes my pictures on Instagram and I like her pictures in England.
And that's where it ends.
That's the relationship.
Yeah, that's the relationship.
Like double tap. Yeah, that's the relationship.
So is Mo single in a relationship or is it complicated? Before you answer this one, we've got a WhatsApp. Mo, are you always in a happy mood and do you get sad at times? Togo from Sosha.
My biggest fear is that I'm almost like Robin Williams. You know the story of Robin Williams. Always smiles and all that, but there is a sad side. But me and the sad side, we sit at home and we talk to each other and we get it resolved. I don't let it manifest. I don't let the sadness.
You deal with it.
Yeah, you have to deal with it. I mean, that's why you have a car. That's why you sit in your car and you quietly drive. I mean, that is the time to finally actually find yourself. Yeah.
All right, cool. So, single, married, it's complicated. Which one?
For the purposes of TV, I'm single, ladies.
For the purpose of but for the purposes of real life.
Yeah, purposes of real life, I'm single too. Yeah, no.
What was
the boy? The boy is not like you with the love. The boy is not like you with the love.
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
You strike me as someone who, you can be romantic if you want to be. I want to talk about, do you remember the most romantic thing you've ever done in a relationship? It doesn't have to be romantic in the general way that we know it, but for you that was romantic. Have you ever done something like that?
I don't think I've ever done anything romantic successfully. I think it's always failed. Like women like surprises, but they don't like surprises.
What do you mean they don't like surprises?
Women will say, I love surprises, surprise me. And then you're like, baby, phuma ngaphandle. Baby, ngilele, baby, phuma ngaphandle. Baby, I was going to say, baby, baby, you'll end up telling a baby, khona surprise ngaphandle, man. Like, they don't want surprises, but they want. So, not successfully, I've tried. You buy a box of chocolates or a basket full of chocolates, like, baby, I'm coming to see you today. Baby, as namhlanje kuyabanda, ngifuna ukuphuma. Then you're like, okay, baby, ngizokubona namhlanje. Baby, as in same as Izolo, my cousin showed up. Then you're sitting with a gift for like a whole week until someone in the house discovers it, and it's usually my mom. It's like, Rick, it's a chocolate. And I'm like, okay, yes, I bought us chocolates.
All right.
So yeah.
So you've tried, but it didn't really work out.
It's not working.
The first day let me start here. Do you remember the call for you to come and host your own show when it's called Mo Sports? Like, what was going through your mind and what was happening in your life at that time when you got that call to come through to Supa TV?
All I want to say is here on national TV, it was the longest wait of my life because I did a show called The Rise. I got a call from Zvasi. Vazi called me, said, look, there's a channel, they're looking for someone to do sports, blah, blah, blah. And literally, between that phone call from Vazi and the phone call from Trevisto, I think it was a good month or two. But it was literally a long wait before the call actually came through. And I was going to see Vazi every day. I was like, Vazi, what you say? Vazi was like, just be patient. I was like, but Vazi, why? And then when it finally came in, I remember when I first came to do a show here, it was unreal. It was like, okay, this is a dream, this is not real. Someone's gonna come and say, if it's Besla, if it's go. But yeah, it was a lot. It's still a lot.
The first time you walked into Mo Sports Studio, the one that we're using right now, the one that everyone loves. The first time you walked in there, you saw your name on the screens. What was going through your mind on that first show, up there in that studio?
First of all, I was nervous. So much effort has been put into the studio, so many people working on it, and then I'm expected to host this thing, and I was nervous because I don't want to disappoint, I mean, sometimes I'm the kind of person that never celebrates things until they're done. When achievements come, it's like, oh, okay, we're doing this now, but I'm so in the work that I don't actually realize that, oh my goodness, my name is in the lights. So it's one of those things where I was nervous that day. I was like, I can't mess this up. And I remember it was after we did that meeting with the throw forwards and the
But obviously now you've come such a long way. Now Mo Sports is such an incredible show for everyone who watches it every single day. You know exactly the kind of hard work that these guys put up. If you're not working hard on Mo Sports, if you're not working on your other jobs, how does Mo relax? How do you kick it back? What do you do?
So my philosophy is quite simple. I've done a lot of relaxing. I've done enough relaxing in my life. So at this point in time, I'm literally all work. Like I wake up, work, sleep. Wake up, work, sleep. I think the only thing I don't do that's work is business, but that's also work in a way.
It is work, eh? Got another WhatsApp here from Millennium. How can Mo be single? Impossible. If only I was staying at Josie, I was gonna propose, but man crush Millennium from Steel. What? Is Mo looking though? That's the question. Yes, you're single, but is Mo looking?
Well, right now, I don't think it's a good idea to look.
You're too busy. You're working now. All right.
Yeah. If I say we're gonna have a date on Saturday, it has to be after everything. Let's see what it says here.
Wow, Pastor Mo. I didn't see that one coming. Anyway, I just want to say I like your personality, my sense of humor. Feast from your jokes. Keep entertaining us, bro. By the way, how old are you?
Smo from Durban.
All right. You want to give our viewers an answer there? How old is Mo?
Officially, according to Home Affairs, 26.
26? Only?
Only. Only. Featuring a couple of months, obviously, but only.
Wait, you're turning 26 this year? Or you're turning 27 this year?
Yeah. I'm as old as South African freedom. I'm as old as, yeah.
All right, well, there you go. Now you know Mo's age. No, everyone seems to be single, or everyone seems to be single on Supa TV. You're making it difficult for us to watch the show. I can't, Shem Lesedi, from 113. 1133.
Yeah.
1133.
We'll solve it, Scott. We'll find love.
Who motivates and encourages Mo? Every single day you wake up in the morning, what inspires you or who inspires you?
It's going to sound very, very me.
You.
I inspire me.
Yeah.
I wrote myself a WhatsApp Facebook post. I remember I posted that Facebook when I was very broke.
Yeah.
So I wrote myself a message and I said, listen, I know this is what's happening in your life.
Yeah.
And I know this is what's going on.
Yeah.
But keep going, keep pushing, and I know that you're going to pull it through. It's a very poetic thing that only I could get. And I read that message, I think, a month into working here at Supa TV.
Yeah.
And I read that I cried and I was like, wow, I literally wrote myself a message to the future. And then I was like, listen, I know that your love situation is still trash because I know you.
Yeah.
I know that you're still grinding and trying. Just don't give up, keep pushing. And it was one of the most beautiful things. I always say that if you're gonna put someone as your mentor, it's unfair to them. Because what if their plateau is where you start?
Wow, that's powerful, man. What advice can you give an upcoming sports journalist?
My advice is always, the brain is a carnal thing. It's something that science can explain. They can cut it open.
Yeah.
The mind is a spiritual thing because you can't cut the mind open. So what I always say is make sure that you cultivate the mind. Make sure that you feed the mind good material. Don't always try to feed your mind tabloids. I mean, right now I'm reading 2 books. I'm reading Leaders Eat Last and I'm reading Profit First.
Yeah.
I'm reading both those books at the same time because you always have to introduce new concept to your mind. If you let your mind just relax for a second, weeds grow in there and then you start to have doubts, you start to have anxiety, you start to have, I'm not good enough, I'm not. So you have to give your mind something that it can see that we're growing. There's something that we're working towards.
What can our viewers expect to see from Mo going forward?
Can't say.
You can't say.
Just every time you buy a product, look at the barcode and Google it. Maybe I'm the
All right. Mo, have you ever been in a situation where you are dating 2 people and you end up loving them seriously? And if yes, how did you deal with it? Because I'm in that. Have you, very quickly, we're out of time, but have you ever been in love with 2 people at the same time?
I hope no one from my high school is watching this. No.
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 You sure?
No.
All right.
As long as there's no one from high school watching, nope, I've never.
Well, there you have it. Guys, that's Mo. I hope that you got to see a different side to him. You heard that he loves reading. Hey, maybe you didn't know. He's a whole pastor. He's got a soft spot for the young people and such an incredible human being. I can't wait for you to keep on watching Mo Sports, but also follow him on the social media. Your handle is?
It's my full name, _Setsetse.
Guys, coming up next is his other partner, whom I'll be chatting to a bit later, Obakeng Ngobeni. Maybe that's the first time you ever heard his name pronounced on TV. Like
I thought Nose was his surname.
Oh, yeah.
Until I saw there on Monday.com, it says ON. I was like, who's on?
Who's on? Guys, coming up next is Super Tracker with OB. But Mo, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you,
Appreciate you. Cheers, guys. Sharp.
You are watching Supa TV, OpenView channel 150.
Is this thing on? Ayo, is this thing on? Because I'm gonna take over. This thing's not on. Nah, it's not on. Hello?